Everyone, welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Derling. On this episode, I actually don't have any vinyl to talk about, but I do have a new album to talk about by one of my all-time favorite artists, Sammy Hagar. About 4 years ago, Sammy, Mike Anthony, his longtime guitarist Vic Johnson, and Jason Bonham started touring, calling themselves The Circle. And they played, of course, songs from Sammy and Mike's time in Van Halen. Sammy is a solo artist and in Montrose. And a few Led Zeppelin songs, of course, because Jason Bonham is the son of Led Zeppelin's drummer John Bonham. He's played with them. I don't need to tell most of you that, but they went on tour. Fantastic selection of songs to choose from, and they put out a live album called At Your Service. And now they finally released a studio album of all new material, and here it is. It's called Space Between. And if you look here, you'll see that's Sammy and Vic, and here is Mike and Jason. This just came out not too long ago. It's distributed by BMG, and there's the back cover. It's very dark. Again, I wish I had the vinyl to show you. I may get the vinyl eventually. Sammy calls this a concept album. As a matter of fact, the hype sticker that came with it says concept album, best experienced in its entirety, and then Sam signed it himself. The concept album is about greed, money, just state of the world sort of thing. It's good. I really, really like it. I'm still to this day hoping for a third Chickenfoot album, which you'd think this would be close because it's Sammy and Mike, but without Joe Satriani and Chad Smith, it's not Chickenfoot. So we might see another one by them yet. But I will say this, my personal opinion, and look, I am on the Sammy side of Van Halen. That's my favorite era of Van Halen. Huge fan of Sammy as a vocalist, as a solo artist. I will say this is way, 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 way better than Sammy's last few solo albums. It's better than Sammy Hagar and Friends. It's better than, what's the one he put out in 2006? It's, I was concerned, I'll be honest with you. Heard a little preview of this, and it was primarily acoustic. And it's actually the sort of hey, hey, hey section that begins and ends the album. It's as a bookend. I was afraid, and I'm going to say it, it would be slow, acoustic, and boring. But it's not. There's a lot of rockers on here. The first single was something called Trust Fund Baby, which is a high-octane song. And when I first heard it, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it's the riff is I've Got the Fire from Montrose. But Sammy credits Ronnie Montrose in writing the music for this, which is cool. It's not, they change it a little bit, but I mean, it's I've Got the Fire. So, and if you know what that song sounds like, that's not slow, acoustic, or boring. Got a weird fold out, the lyrics here. Kind of folds up down this way, and then flip it again to read the rest of it. Thank yous on this side. And this album's actually doing quite well, like the first Chickenfoot album that debuted in Billboard at number 4, which is quite something for, I mean, you know, they're not fitting, they don't fit what's in the rest of the top 10, I'm sure. If you're a Sammy Hagar fan, you'll probably like this. My favorites on here are the harder rocking songs, of course, like Trust Fund Baby. I like Free Man, that's a good one. Bottom Line's kind of a fun poppy kind of tune, as is Affirmation. It's a shorter album. It's not an overly long album. Therefore, it doesn't take you long to kind of wind through it. And if you read the lyrics, obviously, you can tell that it's a concept album. But I do think that the songs on here kind of stand up on their own, except for, as I said before, the beginning song, which is called Devil Came to Philly. And the end song is called Hey Hey Without Greed. So Sammy sounds amazing on this album. He's 72, no, 70, yeah, he's 71 as of the recording of this album. He'll be 72 in October. Sounds amazing on here. So I'd like to see this band in concert because they would do, you know, a few from this, but like I said, they've got a rich back catalog that they, by virtue of the various members, can dip into. So I think they'd be a perfect band for Casino NB in Moncton. That's just my opinion. And also, still holding out hope for that other Chickenfoot album. So that's my review of Sammy Hagar and The Circle, Space Between. If you're a Sammy fan, run out and get it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thanks for watching Tim's Vinyl Confessions.